man. Hey guys, my name's Zach. I'm a plumber here at Patriot Pros. I'm about to get this day started. So every day we wash these trucks off every morning. It's the first thing we do. So I'm about to get going on that. Okay guys, so now that I know what parts that I need for this job, we're gonna go to the supply house and pick up all the necessary things that we need for this job. Today we're taking care of a customer named Jason. He has an assortment of plumbing issues that need to be taken care of, so we're gonna go get those parts and then take care of him. I'm a movie star today. 3/4 threaded PRV, 4 Pro Press MIPs. You guys ready? Feeling pretty? And then we're replacing 2 of the toilets. And which ones were those 2 there?
Up here.
The 2 up here, okay, great. And then we're replacing your PRV, getting a brand new one in there, and the mow and flow.
Yep.
Sounds all good?
Yep.
Okay, great. So this is the customer's old PRV. It's a pressure regulating valve. It's not regulating the pressure to the home the way it should be, so we're gonna go ahead and replace it. We're also putting in the mow and flow so he can keep track of his home's water pressure and he'll be notified of any leaks. What we're gonna do is put it above the main house shutoff and below everything else so it can test for leaks above anything beyond that point. So what I'm gonna do is cut this old one out. We're gonna have to raise this whole thing up in order to have enough room to put what we're gonna put inside here. And then we'll install it all. All right, so we're all done with the pressure regulating valve and the flow. So now I'm just cleaning up the area so that we can get started on replacing the 2 toilets and the stop valves. So now we are replacing these toilets all together. So the first thing we did was drain all the water out of them so we don't cause a mess. And I'll have to undo the bolts on the bottom and then take this outside and bring the new one in. It's sealed down here. Looks like this tile is newer than the toilet, so there's grout around the bottom. There we go. So while Chuck is cleaning up the area where the new toilet's going to be sitting, I am going to assemble the new toilet here so that once he's done, we can get it in place. while we're here, we're gonna be replacing these stop valves to this sink. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the water supply off to this. The water is off to the home. This is gonna make it a little easier for me. There's a little corrosion around the stop valve, so that tells us that it's been leaking ever so slightly. But a small leak leads to a big leak. Little stop valves are compression fittings, and which means you shouldn't need any thread sealant. But I talked to the manufacturers of these little stop valves, and they said actually to get the best seal, put a very small ring of paste around the threads. So there you go. And always got to remember, stay hydrated. Enough for that. One thing I actually do when I'm all done in the bathroom, just to make sure, is I actually fold the toilet paper. A little sign saying that Patriot Pros was here and you're well taken care of.
So sweet, Zach.
So now that all the work is done, we're just going around cleaning up any left behind mess or tools, leaving our special touch behind. So I'm going to go ahead and feel the supply line and the bolts on the bottom to ensure it has a tight seal, which it does. Down here, which are ones that I changed, and they're good. And that we have the truck loaded up and everything's clean, we're going to go ahead and close out with the customer. Just to give you a refresher, all these lights will come on and then you'll say pair device, and then you'll hold this button down and you'll see this one start blinking. Once it starts blinking, you'll be able to pair it, and then the first 2 weeks that it's on, this thing will actually be learning your habits and learning the normal ways that you're using water, when it's most being used, when it's least being used, differences of pressure, irrigation, and stuff like that.
Right.
And then from there, if there's any differences out of there, then it'll let you know. Got both of those back there, fresh, clean, corrosion-free stop valves for that sink, and then, of course, a brand new toilet for you. And you can see that the silicone right here kind of looks a little shiny and stuff. It's just because it's still a little wet. So give it a day or so to fully settle, and it'll look good as new. This toilet, it's the same as the other one over there. Same rules apply. I wouldn't use it for the next 5-ish hours. We also had to replace the supply line because the one that you had before was a little too short for this toilet. Luckily we had some, so no worry there. We just went ahead and took care of that for you. Yeah, of course. Let me just throw this trash out here, and then we can get you closed out.
Okay.
Okay, great. All right, we just finished up today. We took care of a full plumbing install for one of our clients. We replaced a couple of toilets and stop valves and a few other small things for him. It took the majority of the day, but it went smooth, so that's always good. I always love working here every day just because I love the environment and I like taking care of the customers and seeing the smile on their face when we're all done.